I'm Victoria Cash. Thanks for calling the Lucky Land Hotline. If you feel like you do the same thing every day, press 1. If you're ready to have some serious fun for the chance to redeem some serious prizes, press 2. We heard you loud and clear. So go to LuckyLandSlots.com right now and play over 100 social casino-style games for free. Get lucky today at LuckyLandSlots.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Maggie Lawson.
And I'm Timothy Elmondson.
And we're the hosts of your new favorite show, The Psychologists Are In. Listen to us each week as we talk about our favorite moments from the hit show Psych. Check out The Psychologists Are In on the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Chantel is literally at her mother-in-law's right now because Sundays are like the days of mother-in-law days or something because I was at my in-laws. Yeah, I was at my in-laws today and I was like literally having anxiety because we only have 2 episodes left and I just was like, I need to leave. My mother-in-law does things later and I hate that just because my kids they get tired. So I'm like, can we do things earlier in the day? And it just doesn't work out like that. So the whole time I was having anxiety and then I was like, why am I having anxiety about recapping the show when I guarantee Chantel is there? And she is there. It's 11 p.m. and she said that the grilling hasn't even started.
Yep. Welcome to my life.
I am so confused by that though.
And you guys, I left at 8:20. Okay. I warned everyone. I was like, I'm going to watch the show and like thinking it would come down to like a feast. No.
Wait, I swear I would think the same thing. Well, Chantel, so right now I text Chantel. I'm like, hey, do you want to do the recap now instead of tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So she found they have a bigger house. So it's like there's room. So she went in a room and she told me that they had told her, like, we'll wait for you to grill. And Chantel was like, no, don't wait though.
Please. I'm hoping after this I come down to like having dinner. But like today's my last day doing this. Like I'm done. Like I really am not going to eat and like I just can't. No more.
I mean, yeah, and the weird thing is Chanel married into a family that eats so late. Are any of you people who eat this late or grill this late or it's 11 p.m. you guys?
This is really bad, but like usually like around 9:30 is when they start, and like we probably don't eat.
But 9:30 to start, that's crazy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is so crazy to me. I don't get that. Like for me, like I'm shocked that they're not obese because like. To eat that late is crazy, and they're not. They like look great. So I'm like, what?
I know earlier, because she's like, oh yeah, like when it's summer and you just eat later because it's late out, and then Val's like, you're talking to the wrong person, like as in me, because like yeah, doesn't matter. Like I'll never want to eat late.
But I do feel like they've always been like this, where they eat late, because Val's always been like that.
Yeah,
so.
And so like it's just whatever.
Well, Chantal, we appreciate your commitment to doing this recap while you're at your in-laws' house.
Oh yeah, I wanted to it's fine. It's like a good excuse to get away.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I only have one son. I like to remind myself. I just have
kidding.
one
I have great in-laws too.
So no, I do too, but like still, like I only have one son.
It's more fun to like just make fun.
If you know. Just kidding. But I do really have great in-laws, so like I can't even complain. But and I feel like I'm with my in-laws more than I am with my parents, to be quite honest.
Oh, 100%. My mom, like I haven't even talked to her in 4 days, and she did call me, and
well, that's weird.
I know I'm so bad about calling her, and she it's like poor girl does not even ask anything of me, like not one thing.
She doesn't care. It's the weirdest thing ever. Maybe because she has 4 kids, so she's like, who cares what one of them's doing?
I guess.
Yeah, it's scary though. My mom's the complete opposite. My mom adds like my movement every second of the day. So I would love to find do we have any of the aunts that are like a balance in between or no?
No.
So yeah, they're either because your mom's like so extreme, not emotional. My mom is so extreme emotional and like in your business. So it's like you don't think any of our aunts is like in the middle?
No, because one of our other aunts is really emotional too, like very crazy. Yeah. And then the other one is maybe the other one, like Nadia, but she's like also very detached. Like she has no idea what the heck what's going on in her kid's life. But she talks to them, but I don't think she knows what's going on.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Let us know about how your family vibes are. Okay, anyways, Let's get into this episode. I will say, you guys, and I'm so sorry that I'm being like this, but I don't enjoy recapping New Jersey anymore just because of how dirty it is. The multiple narratives everyone is
But
putting out, it makes me like sad.
Wait, today's episode was really good though. I really enjoyed today's
Oh, I
episode.
didn't. I didn't enjoy it at all.
I mean, because
Yeah.
there were some like scenes and stuff, but like it was a good episode. Like I felt like it was actually a good episode. Like there was
Well,
drama, there was like back and forth. Like I liked it a lot.
the reason I didn't enjoy it, Chantal, is because it's so toxic. It's so draining, and, like, just everyone trying to, like, complete not complete, just, like, I don't know, the narrative
Yes.
spinning,
Yeah.
it's so draining. This whole thing is so draining. And you guys, so right now, Margaret Josephs posted, I guess she, like, invited people over today, and she invited the production crew from New Jersey. And it's like, that's when shit gets, like, kinda dirty. Like, you conveniently invited them the episode where, you're, like, very much involved in throughout the whole season, and then you invite them over to, like, come over, you guys, like, post photos. I feel like New Jersey absolutely needs a production team. There was a producer, you guys, who got fired years ago for doing really shady shit. And I will say Melissa and Margaret are very smart because although they say that Teresa has been great, they've always said like Teresa's been a great person, like where she'll like, make them food and things of that sort. She doesn't go out of her way to like, buy their love and like throw parties and invite them. She doesn't do that type of stuff. But if they're there, she's like, hey, I'm making food here, make food. Whereas in Melissa and Margaret, they'll go out of their way to invite them to things, throw things intentionally so they can be there so that, I mean, these producers at the end of the day control how things look. So
How
I
is
don't
that
know.
even like okay to like have
Yeah,
someone come to your house? Like that's not filming.
I
Like
know.
that's like weird. It's like having your boss come to your house. Like no, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's just like, especially when there's like two sides and it's as dirty as it is right now, they should not be doing that.
100%. I think that's really weird.
That's why I'm just like, I'm so over this. Like, do a complete reboot. Like, we don't even need to know anything because I know after this season, producers and everyone's just gonna like, if it's gonna be the same production team, like everyone's gonna like lock it down and make sure things are way different. But get a whole new cast. Like, I am good with a whole new cast, Chantel. I really am.
I mean, after watching What Happens Live, like I swear I want to go crazy with Melissa. Like you guys, that is one thing. If she's back and like other people are
I'm
not, I
done. I
will
don't. I don't
be.
even want to recap. I don't want to watch it.
Oh my god, you didn't watch it or you don't want
No,
to?
I really, if she's back, I don't want to watch
Oh
it.
yeah, no, I wouldn't either. I swear I wouldn't either. I wouldn't.
Right.
And a lot of
Uh,
people already aren't. Like we so many of you guys tell us you guys are not listening or not watching. You guys just like to listen to us. But like, so just imagine if that was to happen. What would go down?
yeah, absolutely. So let's get into Jersey. I mean, the men are having a guys' night, and it's funny because Louis is doing a guys' night, so is Joe Gorga, which reeks of production, having them do that for the show. And it's like, it's so overly produced, you guys. It really is. Because this is like such a joke. And again, you know what? This is what they get. They decided to do a show where it's two different casts. Like it feels like two different shows, and it's like so overly produced.
Yeah, the fact that like even the guys have sides is really weird.
Yeah, no, it's too much. I love that Dolores is talking about this trip and we know it never happens.
Oh my god, I was waiting to see like when are they telling us that like the house burned down or something, but we ended up seeing that later on.
I was gonna say I was about to yell at you and be like, "You didn't watch it?"
No, I did. What do you
I
mean?
know. Well, because I know you
Oh
just
yeah,
said at
yeah.
the end. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
scared me for a second. I was like, "Chantel." Um, Jen Fessler and Margaret get together, and I feel so bad because I've forwarded Margaret's scene. So apparently Joe might have cancer, and it has been in every episode thing, but they've never had an answer. I mean, I hope he's okay, but I mean, I do feel like this has been like a dragged out thing because everyone's like, this has been an every episode thing where you're like, I think he does, and he obviously doesn't because we would have heard about it now. I don't know what you thought about that.
Yeah, or like I'm not downplaying prostate cancer, but my dad had prostate cancer, and usually like if it's caught early, you just like, which is really still sad because you take away the prostate, but it's like usually like a surgery and it's like done, It's like not there's not like
Well, then
chemo
I have a
involved.
question for you, Chantal, because they started filming in the beginning of August. This is like sometime in end of September, or this is actually beginning of October. Does it take that long to get like results?
Today's sponsor is Dreamland Baby.
I'm so excited to talk to you about this one because I have tried every swaddle sleep sack you could think of, and the Dreamland weighted sleep sack is my favorite from Dreamland Baby, along with all their products. I remember with my first three kids buying every swaddle sleep sack under the sun, and my kids hating it. They refuse to sleep. My friends finally recommended Dreamland weighted sleep swaddle, and it has been heaven sent. My daughter would bust out of her swaddles, and with the weighted sleep swaddle, she is settled and instantly falls asleep versus moving around and waking herself up. I noticed as soon as I use it, she would sleep for longer periods of time. The gently weighted sleep sack relaxes and helps her sleep for longer stretches and mimics the feeling of a parent's touch. Nights are so much better with the Dreamland sleep sack and is my go-to gift for new moms. Go to dreamlandbaby.com and enter code TRH at checkout to receive 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. This offer is for new and existing customers.
Well, like no, but like she did in this episode, she did explain that like they keep doing like different tests, and then now they're doing a biopsy. So sometimes that can take long, just like getting like it in. But
Like
it does
months,
seem like
like 4
it does
months,
seem like
like
yeah, it does seem like a while to like get the final answer if he has it or not.
yeah. I don't know, it's just like every episode, I'm being told that that's what she was talking about, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, it's literally been
s
every episode.
so it's like, what doctor are you going to? Because I would not be okay with this doctor not having an answer for me
Yeah,
for
and
a
it's like
4-month like that. That's just like, I would hope that they aren't doing this like for a storyline. I really, really would hope it's like never that desperate, but I don't know.
yeah, I choose to believe it's not that. When it comes to like that stuff, like please, like God no.
Right. Um, well, Margaret and Jen Fessler, or Fessler does say that she was invited to Teresa's and she was having them over because her lawyer has actual court findings of Margaret, and Margaret is like complete like guilt, guilt, guilt. Like you can tell, like she is as
Spaz,
guilty
spaz,
as
spaz.
possible. Yeah. And Margaret talks shit about Jim and says that his law office is in a meth clinic, but her attorney office is in a fancy place. Keep in mind, Margaret's attorney had sent a DM to a toxic troll account trying to shut them up, and nothing came out of it. And the lawyer sent the account a DM on Instagram. So your lawyer is clearly not that fucking clever or smart that they're gonna find a troll account and try to threaten them on a DM on Instagram. So I don't know. I just
And
hate
what
how
does
Margaret will put
and what does
everyone down.
yeah, and what to me is weird is like what does location matter?
Yeah, no, this is when I'm starting to be like, listen, if you ask me right now, and I've said this, and Chantal, like, I think we talked about this on the Patreon, and someone was like, no, you've always said that you would choose Melissa over Margaret. But if it comes down to who would I want next season, Melissa or Margaret, I would choose Margaret. I would want Margaret to come back over Melissa because Margaret's a POS, but let her sink by herself. Melissa has literally been able to go season through season through season because of her sister-in-law, who she's literally not appreciated, put down, like threw her under the bus. So I would love to see Melissa go immediately. And
And
if I
lies and does not know how to answer one simple
exactly,
question.
she's never ever taken accountability.
Ever.
And I will say Margaret at times, like she will sometimes own things. So I'll give her that and she will take some accountability. You guys go back. I actually saw a TikTok today and I actually put this on our Patreon, but it was someone like a TikTok. It was like the season with Amber and Melissa, and like Melissa was like gaslighting Amber about something. And everyone was like, oh my God, I am rewatching because Bravo, I guess, is like putting the past seasons. And they were like, growing up is realizing that Melissa was the problem. Everyone is commenting like, oh my God, rewatching this, I realize as an adult now that Melissa was always a problem. Please, guys, even if you disagree with me, even if you think I'm biased, go back, start from season 3, actually start from season 2 reunion where Danielle reveals that she talked to Melissa through Facebook Messenger. Go from season 2 reunion, put yourself in Teresa's shoes as your sister-in-law and tell me how you feel about all the comments Melissa has made throughout season 3 about Teresa, and then just like every other season after that. Like, please just do that, guys. And then maybe you'll understand why we feel the way we feel. Because if that was my sister-in-law, bye-bye.
100%.
Yeah. Um, Margaret calls Dolores and in front of Fessler is like, what kind of person throws an event to talk about me? Well, Margaret, what kind of person reaches out to people's exes? Like Siggy Flicker's husband's ex, Louis' ex, finds dirt about Bill Aiden. Like, what kind of person does that? Margaret was the person behind the Jackie Evan rumor. She's the one who told Joe Gorga, who told Teresa, who Teresa was the one who put it out, but it all came from Margaret. The cheating
Well,
rumor
like
of Melissa came from Margaret.
Okay, like I do wish that this meeting was like more in the sense of like I want to explain what I've been dealing with, like and what's been going on in this court case because like you guys know I've been stressed out, but then like it was made to be like oh only what Margaret did, and like it's like why are they going to sit around and just talk about Margaret the whole time? So I wish it was just made more about like the court case and like what's been happening with her Teresa.
I think they have to be extra careful because you guys, the person involved in this court case is a nut job. Not okay. Something is like, I can't believe this person has like a kid. I can't believe, because like, I just don't know how, like, someone who has a son is, I don't know. I just, when, and I even say this towards the end of the episode, go listen. Is it Bravo Docket, Chantel?
Yeah.
Bravo Doc?
Yep.
Bravo Doc or
Bravo
Bravo
Docket.
Docket? They are they're a group of attorneys who go through legal cases who were baffled by Louis Axe. Please go listen to them because this person is an actual nut job. And I always say this, like, it's okay. And like, we have our opinions, right? We have our opinions, but like, it's never ever that serious. It's our opinion and we get upset because we feel like the truth isn't out there. So we want to put the truth out. But at the end of the day, the way these people do things, like, judgment day will come. None of this shit's gonna matter. And when like we're in our deathbed, it's like, did any of this matter? Like, you really did all of this? It's so crazy to me that people choose to, like, we have one life and that's how people choose to live.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like the way that, like, going back to like Margaret calling, but like the way she so easily calls and it's like, why would you go to this? And like it was the way she was
Who do you think you
spazzing.
are?
It was disgusting. Like it really, like what you said, like it just showed the guilt right on her. Like, why
Right.
are you calling these people and like going crazy? It's because that you're like scared. You're scared that something's
Right.
gonna come out.
Right, exactly. So Margaret calls Dolores in front of Fessler, is like, what kind, wait, did I already say this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I did have a beer, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I was at my in-laws, so we did actually drink a little bit. So I was just like, but I didn't move down my notepad, so I'm like, shit. Okay, but this is the first time I will say, I know a lot of you guys have been disappointed with Dolores. This is the first time I'm disappointed with Dolores. I'm not gonna lie. I know, again, a lot of people have been calling her out, but she's like, she tells Margaret, like, nothing will change my opinion if I hear anything about you. And I'm like, Dolores, are you truly that afraid of Margaret? Because I know.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Dolores likes to keep it real, and she sees things. She knows that if roles were reversed, like if this happened to her, she would be like, that is the most evil bitch ever. Margaret knows what Dolores did to Siggy. Margaret knows what she's done to Bill. She knows how she said kids are resilient, all that stuff. So like for Dolores to just be like, nothing will change. I'm like, okay, wow, like you really are scared of her. Like you really are scared of her.
Or what I keep saying is like, she downplays their friendship. Like the way that she just called her right away, the way she called her so fast, she downplays her relationship with Margaret. She does.
Yeah,
like they're literally
Dolores
best friends.
does. Yeah. No, you're so right. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. Ew. Like, ew. Like, they're so different. I don't get it. But anyways, Margaret's saying someone has to stand up for what's right, but again, she's the one who's had conversations and brought this dangerous person in their circle, which again is Louis Axe. Like Louis Axe is literally a dangerous person. Go listen to that podcast, you guys. These are neutral attorneys. They are not team anybody. Go listen to it. Anyways, Joe Gorga is dying that his boys' night consists of Joe B. and Fuda.
Wait. Can we talk about how Fessler did not does text Teresa and says she's not going?
Yeah, please. I don't want Fessler back either. Don't even come back because you have no backbone.
The way she's so wishy-washy. Like I really like.
Yeah.
You should not be awarded. To come back.
No. And the way the show, and it's so toxic where it's like, if you go, like you're not my friend. And it's like, okay, this is a show at the end of the day. Like, what are we doing here? Because like it's not up to you right now. Like this is part of your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, it's boys' night. Joe is dying that he has to deal with Joey B and Fuda. And Fuda wears pajamas trying to talk shit about Louis. And again, no one should ever feel comfortable about speaking about, like your sister and their husband. Again, it's fine if like a Joe does it. I mean, it's not fine, but like let's say he does it. But the fact that John Fuda is so comfortable talking shit and running his mouth in front of Joe about his family, that is so scary to me.
To me, just like what you always say, like what John Fuda did tonight did not land at all. Okay. And then the fact that you're gonna come in and like the whole time, like the first 5 minutes of worst thing their guys' night is them talking about the other side. It's like, do you guys have not other things to do and talk about? Like the fact that you're so obsessed.
And Louis didn't do
come,
that.
Yeah, the fact that you're so obsessed that you come in and you do that, it was so weird. So weird.
The fact that Margaret conveniently calls Joe B during boys' night to tell him about what Fessler said about Teresa's invite, this show is so overly produced. I cannot deal with it because it is so fake, as if Margaret waited until Joe B lands at Joe Gorga's house. We know how this shit works. Producers asked that whole thing. Joe B already knew about this conversation. Why would Joe B put that shit on speaker when his wife calls him?
The speakerphone. I was gonna say the speakerphone is like, okay, come on.
Who does that? Who puts their wife on speaker and allows men to just listen to them? Like that is weird.
And then you also have John Fuda calling, or they're calling Louis' house a cult. It's like, you guys are so weird.
I know. Remember
and
how
obsessed? Like they're obsessed. Yeah. They really are.
Well, so remember how Margaret went off when Teresa mentioned her weight? Like she made it the biggest deal. Like she brought it up on Watch What Happens Live. She made it a big deal so like everyone could know that Teresa like fat shamed her or whatever. Well, it's so funny how her tone completely changes because she refers to Teresa's attorney as this fat attorney. And I'm just so over this toxic BS of the 60-year-old speaking this way and the hypocrisy from this fucking cast. I'm so over it, you guys.
And the way they get so involved in just her life, like every detail, like every inch of it, like the lawyer, this, that. It's like, you guys get a damn life.
Teresa show. I swear to God, you could not like Teresa, and the whole fucking show is about Teresa.
Teresa's lawyers now, you guys are literally like being obsessed with him too. Like he has been on the show for like obviously over the past like 8 years.
He was on the show with Melissa. Yeah. He was Melissa's attorney. He contacted me on behalf of Melissa and got us to talk on the phone with each other. He was just as involved when he was with Melissa, and Melissa loved it then.
100%.
So, I died when Margaret is telling. Oh wait, I already when Margaret is telling Joe B and Joe Gorga is listening because we all know Joe. Oh, but okay. So actually, sorry, I was like, what does it say? But about the ex thing. So like, she's like, yeah, like she's like saying, oh, they're saying I'm talking to the ex. Joe Gorga is listening to this, and just so you guys know, he was talking to the ex.
Yeah.
The whole time.
So he knows too.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because like Melissa, to keep her hands clean, she like wants Joe to do it while she like is in the background. She's like, Joe, say this, Joe, say, like, can you imagine that? Like, you already know.
Oh yeah.
Then John Fuda, he calls Louis a train wreck. He calls Teresa a train wreck, saying the truth will always come out. And it's like, yeah, John Fuda, like the truth came out of your criminal history of robbing people at gunpoint in your 20s, physically assaulting, hurting people, and then trying to get it removed from the internet, changing your last name in your fucking 20s so that you cannot be associated with your criminal background.
Exactly.
Yeah, the truth does always come out, John. It does. It really does. I will say I did miss Frank Catania. I did. I'm sorry, I did.
Yeah, I do miss him too. I guess.
But I do love how like the night consists of Louis.
Oh yeah, like the whole time they're talking about him, the whole time.
So at Louis' guys' night, what did you think of the devotion to the wife?
No, Roxanne, like what? Like he already had one devotion tape get him in trouble. Okay, like that one like love thing that came out, like got him in trouble. It's like, why are we doing videos? Like, please no. But it was funny to like see the guys like have to come out of their shell, and like it was cute the way that like Pauly ended up explaining it to Dolores later in the season.
Yeah,
like,
I did. It
was like. It is cringy, like no one wants to do that on guys' night ever, but like it is something that gets you out of their comfort zone, and I feel like that's just like the type of guy that he is, like this motivational person.
Well, I mean, I will say Pauly laughing during that is me though, because I am someone who thinks everything is awkward. Like I've told you guys, like if I am at a yoga studio and they're like, shut your eyes and be into, I don't even know the whole time I'm opening my eyes and looking at everyone else. I can't get in, like I am not a feeling I don't know. What is it, Chantal? Like I'm not in my feelings. I don't know how to explain it. So I would literally die during that whole thing. And I am Bill during all of this. Like Bill's like thing to Jennifer is what mine would be to my husband. I swear to God, that's exactly what I would
No,
say
like,
if
you
I
know,
would
like
make it a joke.
I couldn't even watch what they were recording because I was dying inside. Like I
I
just can't
know.
do it. Like I
Yeah.
literally, it was cringe. But like I said, like the way I heard him explaining, like Dolores got really excited. It would be cute if like you were on the other end of receiving it.
I know, but I feel like also, Chanel, like we're just so toxic, like when it comes to stuff like that, like to be in our feelings, just because maybe how we were raised a little bit. And sometimes we're kind of like, we need to be a little more softer and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's like I saw something today where it was like, if like you wouldn't act like that towards your boss or like go off towards your boss or to a coworker because there's consequences, you shouldn't act like that towards your husband. And I was like,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
like, yeah, but like, doesn't that kind of make sense where I was like, yeah, like, we like we do we like tensions, like you do need to be soft sometimes, you don't always have to be, I don't know if it made sense, but I don't know where I'm going with this, because again, my
No,
like
no, that really does. It's like sometimes you have to just like pay attention to how you're
how
reacting
you are,
instead of just
yeah.
reacting.
So it's like even like me, like right now, if, like my husband sent me that, and like I swear my husband has done like really nice things, and I'm like, ew, that was like kind of awkward, And it's like, no, like we should be open towards that. Like that's loving, that's amazing, right? But I do think that it does like kind of come with how we were raised and just like how our parents are and stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's all
Yeah.
childhood trauma there.
Yeah, I swear to God. Still love them though. We still love them. Anyways, I love how Joe Gorga says Louis ruined his family, because this is exactly the same statement he made about Joe Giudice. So everyone, again, please go back and watch season 3 when Joe Gorga says the reason that he and Teresa have issues is because of Joe Giudice, that they had a perfect relationship until Joe Giudice came in the picture. And now he's blaming Louis. He literally says that the reason his family is ruined, as in regards to him and Teresa, is because of Louis, just like he did season 3 with Juicy Joe. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just think it's like get over it. Like we keep hearing you talk about it, but clearly like you still are affected by it. And it's like get over it. Like you guys have no relationship, just enough.
Yeah, no, 100%. Um,
And he's not a bad guy. Like he literally is not a bad guy. So like what are you gonna keep saying? Like what are you gonna keep doing?
right. I
And like
do think
even if like unless obviously something crazy comes out, but like let's say him and his sister, like let's say Teresa and Louis didn't work out. It's like you still can't like say like that he's a bad guy to her. He's been great in their marriage together.
right, you have 4 very smart nieces, and if there was something wrong, they would have said it, or they would have acted a certain way. They wouldn't advocate for this man. So it's like, get over it. You like sold your soul to the devil. You literally sold your soul to the devil. Anyway, John Fuda gets an allergic reaction. I'm surprised they didn't blame Louis for it.
Wait, oh my god, right? But like, oh, how funny! I was on the floor, you guys,
Well,
when
like,
the
are you saying like karma? Okay, no.
no, no, no. I was dying because the emergencies guy came in and goes like, are is that like your lips? Are those normal? But like, I swear his lips did not look swollen. Those were just Fuda lips, and like the security people were or the emergency people were like, is this normal for your lips?
I think I forwarded that, Chantal.
Oh my god, it was fun. The funniest thing because like, and they're like, no, you. I think they're, and then I think it was like one of the Joes were like, I think it's a little bit bigger, but like you guys, his lips were not bigger. It was those were just his lips, and like they were just shook that like a man's lips look like that.
He has DSLs.
Yeah, so like the cops thought that they were swollen because of like the allergic reaction, but they weren't.
I'm not gonna say what DSL is, but if you know, you know.
Okay.
Because it's a little vulgar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so crazy that the house they were supposed to go on vacation to was burned, but I mean that's a sign. I feel like that was also production's karma.
Wait, did we didn't talk about like what did you feel about when Dolores was gonna put Jennifer and Teresa in like their own little like in that the like the guest house?
I mean, it didn't happen. I mean, I'm kind of glad this didn't even happen. I'm just like this drawn out bullshit. I'm like glad it didn't happen.
Yeah, me too. It definitely was a sign, but like it was like it made the most sense though that she was gonna put them two like in a house far away. Like they're like a lot of people don't talk to Teresa, and then like Jennifer was mad at Danielle, so it was just like be weird.
Yeah. So this is like what we've been, waiting for. Like, it finally does come out with its proof and evidence. Margaret can't deny it. She's been trying to deny it for years. But, Teresa isn't the best at really explaining this. And honestly, I wouldn't be great at explaining like court cases either. I'm so bad with that crap. So, Teresa brings her attorney, Jim, and her really good friend Jim to like explain what is going on and, why Teresa has been so stressed. And I love how they're all making this about a restraining order bullshit when it has nothing to do with that. Please go listen to that podcast that I've been telling you guys about. But anyways, I just want to say before we talk about it, Danielle was never a friend to Teresa. So Jim comes to Teresa's house to talk facts about Margaret, and Danielle in her confessional is like, no clue what this is all about. And she's like judging the situation. But I swear, imagine if these people went through it, and went through what Teresa was going, roles were reversed, they would all be going crazy. The fact that they're trying to like kind of downplay it is so disgusting to me.
Yeah, no, I thought that too. It was like, this better be amazing. That's like, it's like, you guys
Yeah.
calm down. But that's why I
Right.
wish like Teresa made it more like, I want to explain what I've been going through, and because now I can, because it's like, the court decided, and like I wish she just made it like that.
Yeah. Well, so Teresa sits with the ladies and Jim explains what's happening and that there's someone in Louis' past who keeps making problems and production is so messy because they just showcase a line like they were like Louis abuses ex, or I don't even know what it was, but it was just like what producers. Teresa has made you guys all have a job. Every damn season is about like Teresa's life. Every episode is about Teresa's life. And I just feel like the way producers edit things to be against Teresa is so gross to me. But then it makes sense because again, Margaret right now is hanging out with producers like as we speak. So then it makes sense. Um, but if you actually follow the lawsuit, the ex is 100% the one who put this man through hell. But again, go listen to that podcast. I know I keep saying it. These are neutral parties. Sometimes you
And you
guys
guys
say we're not neutral.
And also, guys, keep in mind, let's put in another perspective. You have Gina from Real Houses of Orange County leaving her boyfriend, like getting a new house because of like his toxic ex, like just being annoying about a divorce. Like, and like this, so then you have, imagine being involved in like someone like coming after and like saying lies about somebody and just constantly like creating problems. Like God bless that Teresa's still in this like relationship with
I
Louis because of
swear.
it. Like
Yeah.
Gina literally had to leave her boyfriend in a different house because of his
And
ex.
we've never ever even heard from the ex. The ex hasn't even like tried Gina's ex like
Yeah.
she has not tried to like get in contact with none of that stuff. So yeah, imagine, dude. So Gina, if like I hope that if Gina ever commented, she better
Would
think about what she's saying.
understand.
Yeah. But Gina's doesn't seem like understanding. But anyways, this is a woman, by the way, who has been harassing Teresa's family, not just Louis, but Teresa, her kids, even commenting on Teresa's daughter's boyfriend. She's not all the way there. And Margaret, for so long, has denied talking to someone in the past, but this whole time was speaking to someone. So it is very important to really understand why Teresa hates Margaret so much. I'm like moving my hands, and my husband's mocking me right now and laughing. So, okay. Yeah. Anyways.
Jacob, go to sleep.
I know. I'm like, go to sleep. He's laughing right now. Anyways, so Danielle asking how it's any different with them speaking to her ex best friend was ridiculous because the reason they spoke to the ex best friend was after they knew that they were talking to Teresa's husband's ex. So I'm like, what are you even saying, Danielle? I hope someone does this to you just because of what you're saying. But again, Danielle was never a friend to Teresa.
And
So
first of
quick
all,
to churn. So
and
quick to
first
churn.
of all,
Bye, girl.
yeah, and first of all, the difference is that they don't do that with everyone, okay? Like she literally is making it seem like they do this with everyone. Margaret does it with every single person. Like that's the
Exactly. It's a
difference.
reoccurring thing. You guys, again, bring it, you tell me who you want me to bring. Bravo. Okay, if you're listening, if you ask me who we want to bring back, Rachel or Danielle, please do not bring Danielle back, you guys. Please, Danielle is the thirstiest human ever. And I swear, even next season or next episode, when we see the previews and Rachel's like yelling at Teresa and Melissa to like stop, like I do feel like Rachel, with the exception of like being married to who the hell she's married to, she can see when things are like too far or right and wrong. And Danielle to me is just the biggest like thirstiest flip flopper loser, just like aggressive, all that stuff. And I just like hate everything Danielle stands for.
Yeah.
So Margaret
She's
brings
like
it.
Rachel comes off way more real, like and genuine in her own
Yeah.
feelings, and like where like Danielle, like it's like she's saying things because she thinks that like it's going to make people happy
Like
or
Rachel
make her look
bothers
good.
me. Rachel bothers me, but I'm like, you know what? Like at times I'm like, she's not that bad. Maybe on TikTok she's bad. I don't know if you agree. I feel like some of you guys are gonna be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" But I don't know. I don't think
I
she's
don't have TikTok to like watch, but
TikTok, she's trying to be an influencer, so yeah, like that, but whatever. Anyway, so Margaret sends a funeral arrangement, and Danielle's like, "This is the most gangster move anyone can make," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" That was again someone who was never a friend of Teresa. She was so excited about this, and producers are so messy for this because when we think about like the funeral arrangement, like remember the wreath that producers had Margaret do. Siggy told us that producers had Margaret set that up, even though like it was never Margaret's idea. But it's just like having now Margaret send this to them like conveniently. Hey, come on, let's make sure that this is set when Teresa's like going through hell, has been so stressed the last couple of months. All right, come on, bring the guy, let him come through. All right,
oh,
ding
it probably
dong,
was like
like
an actor. It probably was like an
like
actor they had to hire to deliver.
they don't respect Teresa at all. Like, oh my God, they really don't. They take that woman for granted. The way the producers have treated her has been so disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was like that funny. Like there's like it's like
I mean, it
when
was a 2-second thing. What was it? Like, oh, a funeral arrangement, I don't want it. Okay, thanks.
yeah.
What do we think about next week's episode?
I didn't get to see the preview. I didn't like watch the preview.
Okay, watch what happens live. What'd you think?
Oh my God, you guys, like I cannot with Melissa. Like I really, really cannot. The way she downplays everything and makes it like nothing's a big deal. Like not like talking to the ex is not a big deal because guess what? There's so many exes and they always talk to us and they always want to talk to us. It's like, shut
She's
up.
disgusting. Just like Melissa, everyone from your fucking past wanted to talk to us. Just like we talked to Bulldog in the past, we talked to your ex-friend in the past. Just like we've talked to so many people in your past. Just like we talked to your former manager, who they all wanted to talk. There's so many people who want to talk. Like, really?
The way, like the hate that she has, it's like it's not just like the hate that she has for her sister-in-law. It's like it's
She's
on
not a
another.
happy person. You're not
Yeah,
a happy person if
it's
that's like
on
how much
another
goes on
level
for
where it's like
you.
at least I sometimes with Teresa, it's like she really like doesn't even think about it. She like lets it go and like you see the hate that she has. And the only other thing that like I thought that was interesting is like she says she wanted to ask Dolores like why are you so Switzerland? Which like I was shocked that she like admitted that.
Yeah, but like it's like, okay, Melissa, like she was friends with Teresa way before you. Like again, people like even talk to you just because of your husband. So girl, bye.
Yeah.
There was a part where she was like, yeah, I like what Danielle Cabral did to Jennifer. Like that's what so many of us have been wanting to do. And Andy was like, no, like I
Yeah,
don't
that
like
was
that at
just
all.
disgusting. Like you guys that didn't like no one thinks that was cool. So I don't know why like you think that you saying that is like
Toxic.
fun. And
This show was so toxic.
you keep trying to be friends with Jennifer. So like why are you trying if you're thinking like you've been wanting to, beat her up?
Because she's just as fake. Like she tries to make it like, oh, everything Jennifer does is not real and it was all fake and it was for the show. Same girl, same for you, boo boo. Like everything that you've been trying to do has been fake for the show because you clearly never liked Jennifer, but you were willing to make peace. Was it because of like the fact that your husband basically assaulted Jennifer at BravoCon and it's never been talked about? I mean, there's like a history with Joe Gorga doing things like that. Like when he raised the fist at Kim D, like, ugh, I can't.
100%, just crazy. And like
You guys,
the only
this
thing
show
that
brings
was
out
good
the
about her
worst
was
in
her
me.
look.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I didn't even pay attention to that, to be quite honest.
No,
'Cause
she
she
had like
looks
such a pretty
so
dress that I
oh,
loved.
see, I don't know, but she just looks so fillered, like, all
Yeah.
fillers, like, she looks like Saw. Like, you guys, Google Saw. Google Saw from, it's the movie with, like,
But I
the
feel like a lot of housewives are gonna look like that.
100%, that's why I'm saying she's fillered
Yeah.
up. Yeah. And, like, she didn't even need it because she was actually so pretty before.
Yeah.
You guys, this show just brings out the worst in me. It's so toxic. I don't enjoy. You guys, I'm so like, okay, yeah, OC, Tamara can be messy, but like, it's still like fun shade kind of thing, I guess. Like, where I'm like, okay, it's like still like good. They still can be with each other, but I am so happy that there's only 2 episodes left,
I
which is
know,
the
like
season
I'm like
finale and the watch the after show.
yeah, but next week's the season finale, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
so happy. I cannot wait.
Me too.
I'm over speaking about them though. I am. I'm kind of
I'm
over
just
it.
excited to start speaking about like what's gonna happen and like
Yeah.
what we're really like what's really gonna be done and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Ah, well, you guys, I'm sorry that we probably stressed you out because we were on 10 this whole episode. So I'm sure you guys were on 10 watching the episode and listening to us doesn't make it any better, huh?
No.
but still subscribe to us. Make sure you guys write a lovely review, and we appreciate you guys listening to us. Tomorrow or Tuesday, Kim D interview. It is so good. Please tune into that. She talks about everything. John Fuda's case, Dolores, like being Switzerland, all this stuff, reveals like what Andy Cohen wanted her to do, like all this great stuff. So make sure you guys tune into that.
Yeah.
Chantal needs to get back to her in-laws. Chantal, it's 11:30 now. I hope there's food on the table.
I will let you guys know, okay? I'll let you guys know next podcast because I'm sure you guys were wondering.
I know. All right. Well, enjoy, Chantal. I'm about to shower and go to sleep.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.